On this week's episode of the Cowboy4Game podcast, we talk about the Machine and Dinosaur structure decks. We talk about YCS Denver and the results from there, and then we also cover Konami's big fuck up. We are Team Cowboy4Game. I'm back! And I'm Bragg. I'm joined here today by Austin.
Yo.
And Logan.
How we going, guys?
Yeah, how are you all going? Thank you very much for sending us emails over our period of not being or doing anything at all. It hopefully won't happen again. For the moment, the podcast is going to keep going along. Doing other Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos is going to be a bit of a pain, and also might branch out into other stuff. We'll see what the guys think and what they want to do. But for me, I'm going to keep doing this podcast right here, right now, on Monday nights, Australian time, so that's Sunday
afternoon.
Yeah, Sunday afternoon in America. Oh, maybe that's why we haven't got the YCS Denver results yet. No, actually, no. YCS Denver's long done. But anyway, I digress. Please follow us on social media and all the stuff. We are Team C4G or Team Cowboy4Game for the most part. All the links are in the YouTube profile if you're watching on YouTube, or in the in the show notes if you're listening. Thank you very much for listening as well. We much appreciate it. Guys, how was our week in Yu-Gi-Oh! Austin?
It was fairly uneventful for now, but just playing Goat with you guys pretty much.
Yeah.
And building some spirals.
Yeah, for me, yep, that's Goat format. I haven't Goat format and thinking about Paleo, and yeah, so went through all my card collection, found all my Goat stuff, put it all in a box, and then did that. So that was interesting. Logan, what was your week like?
So Tuesday I came and played Goat.
Yep.
Thursday I came and played Goat. Sunday I went to Game Cave Nara and played Dragon Rule format with Corey. So that was interesting. Kind of keen to play Dragon Rule format.
Actually, yeah.
Not playing this format.
That's with the baby dragons or the second
Yeah,
one? Yep.
with the baby dragons.
Cool. Actually, that's definitely something we could look into, because now I have. They've reprinted a few things from that, which was interesting. They haven't reprinted Draco Sack yet, actually.
We can make a rich man's version with the secret rares and a poor man's version with the rares. Look at this go, Bragg.
Yeah, I don't know. Deliberately downgrading. Who would do such a thing?
Who needs to play YCS Denver format when we can play 2005 format?
Yeah, exactly. This week, we have Dynamash's first. So what coming out this week? We have the Dynamash's structure deck and the Machine Reactor structure deck, and they're going to be the same one. In theory, everyone's going to be buying the Dynamash's. I don't know if there's much interest over the Machine Reactor. It never made a splash in the OCG. The Dinosaurs obviously are the first step towards that cluster of a deck. Any of you guys going to be picking up the structure decks this week?
No.
I'll probably look at the Dino Smashers since I got a few of the True Kings, but we have to kind of wait for Maximum Crisis for it to be full power, so I'm not so sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's so obviously you need to pick it up. I'm not sure if I'm going to be playing Dinosaurs though. I don't think I can be bothered doing that. I might just stick with Paleo and then into Thingy, but we'll go into that a bit later. First thing off the block, YCS Denver was on this weekend, so the first YCS post the most recent ban list. How about that? We took the most tumultuous time off for this podcast between all the Fallout of Link summoning, all those new cards, and all of and the ban list.
Yeah. Went to ban predictions, guys. What do you reckon?
Yeah, actually, because I remember, when I did the podcast notes this morning, and by this morning I mean not 20 minutes ago, that I realized that on our January episode that we had said no ban list talk. So we didn't do any predictions or anything in the end. So even though we thought there was going to be an imminent ban list back then. The result, the top 32, the breakdown is 11 Zodiac, 7 Metal Foes, 4 Infernoids, 3 Paleo, 3 Zombie Lightsworn, 1 Invoked Lightsworn, 1 Spiral Zodiac, 1 Windwitch Invoked, 1 Cosmo. Obviously, Austin, you really like the Spiral thing, and apparently...
Yeah, finally they creeped up into the top 32 here.
Yeah, and we'll leave that...
That was really well done.
And obviously, with Austin being the podcast, he's here to discuss the spirals, and we'll go into that a bit later in our discussion thing. But while we're here, Zodiacs, even after the nerf, 11 tops, and this is actually this is a bit more diverse than other ones. So they've obviously seen a hit, and they're obviously still good, but not good. I'm pretty damn surprised. I thought a lot of people would jump off the bandwagon, but I guess people still want to see a return on their investment or somewhat. Unlike me, where I got right off that bandwagon because my favorite thing about the deck was Rat. They could have hit Trident and stuff, or they could have hit Barrage to slow it down. I would have kept playing, but as soon as you hit the Rat bit, which obviously is the reason to play, and obviously my reason for playing it is quite silly.
It's my reason to live.
Yeah, Rats are my reason to live.
Hey, everybody's got one.
Yeah,
Andrew's got Blue Eyes, got Rat.
Mind you, it makes it really hard to live when you're sitting there ruining the podcast, Tafty. Just you can hear it drinking the water in the background, probably.
I thought you were kind of
7 Metal Foes. Can I assume the Metal Foes are running the Infernoid engine, or Infernoid Metal Foes and Zodiac engine? I'm a broken man.
You try, mate.
Just listing decks. 7 Metal Foes. That's pretty good. No ABC.
Yeah, they're still strong.
No ABC. So I would have bet that there would have been an ABC going into tops because it's just a 2-card combo like the rest of every other deck now. But poor Abac. And then
honestly, just playing with the deck, it has a really poor matchup with Infernoids and the Invoke Zodiac.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's got trash matchups against Invoke Zodiac. It's like, okay, pop your Union Hanger. Oh, you got an A engrave? Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's make Mechaba. Oh, you activate your spell, discard my Invocation. You activate a monster, okay, discard my Aliaster. It's just so shit.
Aliaster?
However you say his name. Shut up. Don't judge. Shut up.
And then 3 Paleo, so Paleo took a dive. Or it is really weird. Like, Paleo seems to be a lot more popular in Europe than it is over in the States. It's a bit of a weird divide that seems to be occurring. And maybe the Metal Foes. That's the thing. Like, there must be some tech in there that I'm not getting that now. Like, that and obviously people probably maining Denko at this point. I reckon if we go back on the deck list, there will be a lot of Denko representing. That and your Paleos always get stuck in the mirror matches. Anyway, so that seems to be Denver. There's a Cosmo list. My God. I'm curious to see that Cosmo list. I want to see if they're playing the Fire King one. I hate the Fire King one. I wonder what they did. Anyway, we move on to the next news thing. So last week, it was a few days ago now, we got an announcement from our vendors that with Battles of Legend, Light's Revenge is a new booster that we're expecting in July 7. And
no longer Dragon Legend.
Yep. So it seems Battles of Legend is now going to be the thing going forward. So obviously you have the Legend Pack taking over from what was before that. Number Hunters was that one. It's so weird. Like I've now lost track of where they're because they definitely have a product ideas for every month, and it seems to be the same thing. Like Fusion Enforcers took over from Hidden Arsenal. They took the Hidden Arsenal spot of February, which was what was the good one with Necros?
It was
Secret Forces. Yes.
Yeah.
That was 2 years ago, wasn't it?
3.
Oh my God. Well, let's keep going on that one. Yeah. So Minerva. Minerva will be in this pack. Wow. Yep. They were still handing
honestly
out.
Earlier than I expected, man.
Yeah,
I mean, it took ages for goddamn Giant Hand to be reprinted.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Giant Hand took forever because it was meant to be in the Number Hunter pack, or not meant to be, but they reprinted Number Hunters. They went, all this stuff is in there. Obviously Giant Hand was going to be in there, and then they completely skipped that. So this seems to be them making good, I guess, or doing bad by the people who bought them up front because they realize it's an actual playable one and not just a secondary market problem. It's a little bit. It is really surprising. They were still handing it as a prize last year. And then less than a year, it gets a reprint. Not even Cyberstorm was that quick a turnaround.
It's quite weird that they're giving Minerva out so quickly, but they're not giving other reprints of World Championship cards that people kind of need.
Yeah,
but
we don't have Mephist, we don't have
Sky. Don't need, but exactly. Like some people really want those.
Yeah,
but they're gonna get Minerva before them. Like it just doesn't seem.
This really is catering towards that. Also, this comes out 2 or 3 weeks, but it's the last product before the new rulebook and the starter deck, which obviously comes with the Link summoning wide nerf. So this is they're trying to cash in on that. So you can usually a couple of weeks. I wonder if there's a tournament there before that. I'll be curious. Also, so there's 44. This is seemingly the collector's pack 2017 from the OCG. This is our version of it, and there's 45 cards in that. Has 60. So besides Minerva, there's gonna be 14 other cards. It's called Light's Revenge. Artifact reprints. Yeah, you know.
Let's hope not.
Probably not, honestly.
Well, they skipped.
Nah,
they skipped Morale Tack. They skipped Sanctum in Jeweler Saga.
They did, actually.
Yes.
That's a good point. They did.
It was meant to be there. Like it was the bloody anniversary pack, but then they swapped it out for the one of the other packs that we hadn't gotten imported. So then, man, we fall behind this thing. And there's a huge. It is just 2 weeks product, 2 weeks product, 2 weeks product, for pretty much starting from now. I'm pretty sure. It is going to be a quick. It's an awfully expensive time to be in the Yu-Gi-Oh. Even though, then again, you could argue that some of the meta impact of some of these sets aren't too huge, but my God, it is coming out thick and fast. It is all trying to. It feels like they're trying to rush out everything before the reset of Links, which probably for the best.
Probably for the best.
Anyone gonna be building the last one?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
I'll probably have a crack at it.
I think they're not going to be the worst card. I don't know. I think they're going to be subpar still. I think the deck Link's going to be too fast for them. However, I still think Link's is going to be super fast.
Yeah, obviously, I'm kind of glad we weren't part of that shitstorm of our posting, because now we had the benefit of hindsight here and go, yeah, it's just a different mechanic. It just changes the game. It doesn't change the speed, which is probably a damn shame.
At the time, we were horrible. I'm pretty sure I had done a few drinks and had my shirt off and a tie on. So.
For the record, I'm quiet now, Logan. That actually didn't make it onto the channel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
There was definitely for those back then missed it. There was a good 2-hour stream of us on the immediate announcement where we were all quite intoxicated. That I never made. No. I went back into the archive and went unlisted.
Nah, I'm 15. I don't drink. I'm a good kid. Don't tell anyone.
Actually, no, you weren't drunk that night either, and you're not 15.
I'm whatever age you want me to be, Daddy.
Speaking of babes, we've got OTS. Okay, there's a amazing. I can't believe this has happened. OTS 4 packs have some of the Maximum Crisis supers in them. In a huge cock up, it seems.
Someone's lost their job.
It's probably just a manufacturing error. It probably wasn't someone's fault, but we know all of the super rares coming in Maximum Crisis because there was that many packs that had misprints. So what's confirmed to be supers are Supreme King, a couple of Supreme King Gates, a couple of Zephyr things. True Draco Combatant is. The Performer Pal, the Performer Pal-ish Pendulum, the birds with the hats. The Phantom Knight one. True. Okay. VFD is now called the True King of All Calamities and is a super rare. My God.
I wonder what the rest of the deck's going to be now.
That's the thing. But hold on. How many were in people's extra deck? 1 or 2?
I'd assume 1 or 2.
Yeah. So that's what they did as the super, right? But.
Yeah.
Moving on, Waterfall Dragon Souls is also going to be a super, and then in the 2 big reveals, we also have Sylvan Princess Sprite's also being imported. We pretty much figured that it was long overdue. We thought, anyway, we get 1 Subterra card revealed now and 1 Spiral card revealed now. We'll do the Subterra card for we'll do both their effects, and then we'll discuss these little puppies. All right, so Spiral Sleeper, which I assume is didn't properly analyze the art, but the article, their little blurb definitely implied that this was an agent that was unexpectedly helping them. So I assume this is referring to this card. It is a level 8 Light Fiend type monster. It is attack 2800, defense 1200. And it has the effect, well, the condition firstly. Summoning mechanic? I don't know. Cannot be normal summon or set, must first be special summoned from your hand by banishing 3 spiral cards from your graveyard, and cannot be special summoned by other ways. No, it can't be brought back. Once per turn. During other player's turn, you can target 1 spiral card you control and 2 cards your opponent controls. Destroy them. If this card on the field, is destroyed by battle or cut by card effect and sent to the graveyard, destroy as many cards as possible. If you do, special summon 1 Spiral Super Agent from your hand, deck, or graveyard. So,
it's okay.
Austin, what do you reckon?
I don't know. I tried playtesting it. I'm not sure yet. Like, its effect is pretty damn good, but you have to have a pretty damn pure spiral deck. And as people have seen before, that doesn't win any games.
Yeah.
I mean, it really depends on what the rest of the support is. It better be like, okay, send as many cards from your deck to your graveyard that it spirals and search for a sleeper. And it's like, if your sleeper gets destroyed, banish this instead. But I doubt that's going to happen.
It being a spiral card is really freaking helps.
Oh yeah.
Like Yal Misty.
If you,
I mean, it could have very well just been Spy Power Sleeper or something.
This with Resort on the field is going to be awesome.
Is it?
Yeah, I feel like if people are going to build more decks revolving around Sleeper, they're going to use the Recapture more. I mean, it's not as good. Like, they're going to try and protect it.
Yeah. We'll see what the rest of the spiral cards do before we continue on, and then we'll obviously have you back then, Austin, to run over that stuff as well. But, you know, it's a pretty alright start. The fact it's a spiral card gives me a little bit of hope.
I like how we're suddenly like, holy shit, spiral support actually called spirals. Holy shit.
That's
it might be.
Yeah. They brought expectations down so that whenever they bring out like any like OK card, then other artists would be meh.
Yeah.
We're just shitting ourselves.
Yeah. Anyway, so on to Subterrors, which is an infinitely better card, probably. Subterror Fiendess, level 1 Earth. Spellcaster type effect monster. 800 attack, 500 defense. It's a Fiendess, but it's a spellcaster.
Yeah, weird. Well, Fiendess, like heiress.
Yeah. During other player's turn, when your opponent activates a card effect, you can send this card from the field or hand to the graveyard. Then target 1 Subterror monster you control. Negate the activation, then change the targeted monster to face down defense position. So that's its hand effect. And a nice little cute hand trap. Cool. Alright. You can target 1, so it has a normal effect on the field as well. You can target 1 face-up monster you control, change it to face down defense position. And if you do, special summon 1 Subterror monster from your hand or graveyard.
Holy shit.
In face up or face down, you can only use this effect. You're going to use each effect. Woo! You're going to use each effect to Subterror Fiendess once per turn. They finally have it.
This card's great.
They finally gave it a goddamn starter.
Yeah. It's... Oh, thank God. Like, yeah, the fact it's a 1-star, the fact that it is they don't need to run mid-shield Gardener now to set stuff off, or my preferred Stealth Bird. And yeah, so then also when it also activates effect, it can then, and if you do like it continues to resolve, I'm pretty sure. So it flips itself face down, brings back a Subterror monster from your hand or graveyard, and then you get the other Subterrors chained to it as well. So you get 2 more Subterrors on the field from the hand or grab. So much better, thank God. Will I put him over the line as indoor meta deck? What do you guys think? I don't know.
No. I mean, just like you don't open this. What do you do? Like even if you open it, like, and then you open up a whole bunch of level 8s. What the hell do you do?
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it's a bit more searchable now. One for one.
Definitely. It's much better than before.
Yeah.
Well,
and plus, you just get like a white negation that isn't just like, negate a monster effect on the field.
What's where Art Thou do again?
If you control level 1, you add a level 1.
Yuck. Alright, yuck. Yeah, I guess. Well, I mean, I guess you can play 4 copies of it, but like, I don't know. Tier 2,
Cool
high
thing with 1-for-1
tier?
is whatever, if you discard the Sub-Terror, you get it back as well later. So that's cool.
Yeah. So I see this being like a high tier 2 deck.
Yeah, and it's flipping face down it's flipping cards. They need, like, I'm pretty sure they don't have in the opponent's turn, or actually no, which one in the opponent's turn flips? Because that's obviously the best one. That's the Fairy Tale Snow effect, right? That's what man.
Is that the one that finishes?
Yeah, well, they obviously don't have it as good as Fairy Tale Snow, but I mean, my God.
Yeah.
Fairy
I
Tale
forget
Snow.
the one, but like I remember there's one that does a target to face up and banish. Is that one you're trying to talk about? That flips during your opponent's turn or whatever?
I think so, yes.
Yep.
But they need to attack or something. Yeah. And
Yeah.
then the flip effects. Yeah. They were so close. I kind of like what they did, but at the end of the day, it probably won't be, unless if they get some crazy card advantage thing. This is good. This is utility. Now they need advantage and probably a win condition.
Yeah.
And probably a win condition. Anyway, so that's our here discussion. All the emails were relevant this week, and obviously we look for comments as well. So please email us at teamc4g@gmail.com, and we'll discuss your email on the show.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it inspires a discussion. Sometimes we just answer the question you ask. Sometimes I just reply to your email.
One question. One question before we do the end of show shenanigans. Since we don't have an email, I do have a question for you people.
Mm-hmm.
Besides Go Control, because we all agree that's one of the best formats in existence of Yu-Gi-Oh! What's your favourite format?
We've talked about this before, I'm pretty sure, but I mean, not with you two.
Well, Austin, what's your favourite format?
Battle and Boxer format.
Oh my fucking God.
Alright, fuck it.
Some mystical land where Battling Boxes. My God, Austin, what are you fucking?
Alright,
I couldn't think of
and
any more Austin answer to that.
end of podcast discussions. Go.
Oh my God.
It's just, God damn it, Austin.
Brings back to me being like playing just like getting my first Yu-Gi-Oh deck constructed, and then all of a sudden having the Dragon rules all limited to 1 and the babies at 0, and being that one kid who's playing Battling Boxes in the middle of locals, getting destroyed by Insectors, which was Logan piloting that, and recording it nonetheless.
Yes. Let it be known that on Austin's first time at good games in a tournament, Logan crushed him with Insectors. let it be fucking written in the history book.
That was 2013, right?
2012 it would have been.
Something like that.
No, Dragon Rulers.
No. 2013, Dragon
Well,
Rulers.
that's
Yeah.
Let's look when Dragon Rulers came out.
It was 2013. My trophy says so.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
You know do you want to know when Shadol form YCS was? My top 64 can tell you.
That's nothing to do with the conversation. My one was actually relevant, and I used that as a frame of reference the other day because I was like, wait, hold on, what year was what?
These fucking trophies.
Anyway, let's take the final turn in time. Alright, so what are you going to do this week, Yu-Gi-Oh wise, you think, if you look forward through a Time Wizard portal, Logan?
So I'm going to play more Goat.
Yep.
I'm going to look into building 2 Dragon Ruler decks. I'm also probably going to build a Yu-Gi-Oh deck so I can win Sunday locals. And I'm going to give rulings to scrubs at locals.
On a, yeah, so, Austin, how about you?
Well, obviously playing some Battling Boxes, but no, I'm probably going to be perfecting the ratios and spirals.
Yeah.
Zoo, that is, not spiral pure. That stuff's bad. I've already tried so many times, I'm starting to stress out.
Oh, poor little Austin. Yeah, I'm pretty fucked with it too. It's. I'll crack
Missions
it one
are
day.
bad.
I'll crack it one day.
Just play Resort and Spiral Super Ratio and then Zeus, and that's it.
It's half tempting,
Done.
and then you just mill some cards to put back, right?
Yeah.
If only we had a Vol chain, then all of our problems would be solved.
Ooh,
Yeah.
spicy.
Yeah. And then for me this week, obviously Go. And on the revelation that Player of the Year isn't until after after Maximum Crisis, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with my life.
Yep, we had plans to qualify before this, and Kane and his fucking Cleese, a little,
How
has
did I
ruined them
qualify
all.
with Zodiac? Oh.
He ruined them all. This
Anyway.
Clee playing motherfucker has ruined.
Ah man,
them.
Necrovelli OP.
God damn it, Kane, but I still love you.
And on that lesson, people, do not play Cleese. We are Team Cowboy4Game.